Welcome into some Reagan on Reagan violence. I am the Pink Demon, and today I'm reviewing Iron Reagan's new EP, Demonetization. Now, I am a big fan of Iron Reagan. I've seen them on their only Australian tour yonks ago. Let me quickly check that. 2015, 11 years ago. And that was a great show. I dislocated some of the fingers in my hand. It was at the tote, and people who've been to the tote would know it's got that step in down into the pit. So I've fallen and I've landed on the edge of the step and just bent all my fingers back, and a couple of them just popped out, so back in. That hurt a lot, but other than that, it was a really cool show. They did a signing. I think I've got a signed record in the bookcase out in the living room, but needless to say, really sick band. They also had an Australian tour shirt. I wore that literally till it fell apart, and when it fell apart, I then made it into a patch and I sewed it onto my vest, and I fixed the spelling when I sewed it onto my vest. And if you know me personally, you know my personal Instagram handle is Iron Reagan, which often gets tagged in posts about the band. So needless to say, we got history. Speaking of history, this EP was sold as a return of the original lineup, which had me really confused, because Encyclopedia Metallum has a different guitarist, Mark Brazzino, as the original guitarist of the band, and he's not in the lineup now. They've got a new guy called Adam Williams, who's new as of this EP. So I don't get the whole marketing it as the original lineup when it's apparently not. It's 4 out of 5 of the original lineup from what I can tell. Either way, it's not a selling point for me personally. I think the first album is easily the weakest of the 3 albums they've done. So a return to that lineup didn't have me too excited. Now, it's an EP, and it's a crossover EP, so you're getting 6 songs in 10 minutes. Perfect for the genre, perfect. Now, it did come as a bit of a surprise, the announcement and then the drop. There weren't any singles, and as I listened to all 6 songs, I'm like, I think I know why there weren't any singles here. I don't think there are any singles on this EP. Nothing feels like A-side material to me. Everything on here felt like a B-side from a full album release. Still something that's worthy of being on the record, but it's definitely less memorable. There's no instant earworms. There's no, crowd pleasers like Fuck the Neighbors that really get that back and forth going. It's got a bit more of that hardcore punk intensity, but I feel they've sacrificed enjoyability to achieve it. It's got less groove. It's got less hook to it. Less doesn't mean none. You can still bust a mean 2-step to just about every song on this EP at one point or another. But yeah, it just feels like a big step down from the last full-length crossover Ministry, and maybe more in line with the material they've released since, which I believe that was a single and a split with Gatecreeper. So while I enjoyed the 10 minutes I spent listening to it, decent as that is, none of it sticks with me. And I find on all their past albums, there's been songs that just stuck, not only stick in my head, but stick in my head for a long time. Miserable Failure, 4 More Years, Fuck the Neighbors, Dogs Not Gods. They actually have a bunch of really good earworms, especially on the later 2 albums. And there's just none of that here. As a fan of the band, I'm not upset. New material's always welcome. But it's just not something I'd suggest to a new fan. I wouldn't be like, oh, check out this new EP. It's not a good starting point. I would have them go listen to Tyranny. I'd have them go listen to Ministry. Because they've got those earworms. They've got those hooks. They've got those singles you can pick out and then put into a different playlist. They're really high energy. Throw them in your gym playlist or something like that. They're fun. Put them in your party playlist. But there's just nothing playlist material on Demonetization. But hey, it's a refreshed lineup. Maybe they're just re-finding their feet with this lineup. They were quiet for a while. Maybe this is just to kick them back in gear, and we'll get a full-length soon, and we'll have those lead singles that a full-length needs and that they can deliver really well, as they've done in the past. And hey, if they need to get those wheels turning, get everyone back on the same page, you should play more live shows. Maybe tour Australia again. It's been 11 years. I need a new t-shirt, but that's probably wishful thinking because, it's a bit of a supergroup of sorts, so you need to line up a lot of other bands' touring schedules to get an Iron Reagan tour happening. Stranger things have happened, that's for sure, though. Oh no, if you're a hardcore fan and you got 10 minutes in your day, yeah, go check out this. If you're an Iron Reagan fan, you've already checked it out, I reckon you'll be happy with it. If you're curious about the band, I don't think this is your endpoint. I'd really recommend listening to the last two albums, because that's where the good songs are, essentially. It's where the accessible songs are. But that's all I got to say. It's a 10-minute EP. I'm not going to chew your ear off for 10 minutes talking about it. I'll see you again shortly, no doubt. I've got at least one other review I want to get out this week that I'm super excited for. So, until then, keep well, listen to good music. Peace out.